Good morning and welcome back to our off-grid homestead that we are building from scratch here in North Idaho. We started off living in tents right over here. The kids had their own tents where they did their homeschooling. We had the kitchen tent, we had our bedroom tent, we had an off-grid bathroom tent with washing machine and all of that kind of stuff. We had like a tent city while we were building our home right here so we could get it dried in and ready to live in. We lived in those tents for about 5 months. But now, guys, we are continuing to build out our homestead. This is a 36 by 30 greenhouse from Rimmel. We've got a lot of it done. The next step we need to do, though, is to frame in the end walls. According to the instructions, we've got to bust open the door boxes and see kind of how they're put together and get a good sense of how we frame in this end wall. You probably noticed that the back side of the house is not yet sided. This right here is the front of the house. It's pretty much done, but you know, if you want to follow along on our journey, there's a ton of videos of building this, building up our homestead, clearing the land and all of that. Greenhouse stuff here, greenhouse stuff here, greenhouse stuff back there. Boxes up here on the porch. That's where the doors are. Gonna have to bust those open and see what's going on. It says quality doors. Let's go ahead and bust this guy open. See what we got inside. Ooh, fancy. It's aluminum. Huh. Okay, all right, I see how it works. Cool. Wow, look at that. Huh. It's already got the plastic in there, the polycarbonate. There we go. What do we got here? Probably the tracks for the door somehow. We got some weather stripping, looks like. Cool. Then we've got the hardware box. Let's see what's in here. Oh, look at that. Cool. We got rollers and such. Huh. Check that out, man. A locking handle. You think I would know all of the stuff that came with this greenhouse? All of the the detailed stuff, man. All of the little details, like the quality of the rollers, I wasn't sure of, but looking good, man. It's so complete. And look, you've got a bag labeled with all of the screws that you need. Roller doohickeys, handles for sliding it probably, a latch probably for that lock. Ooh, this guy right here goes down into the ground. And the instruction manual. We found the doors, but we also found these 4 louvers right here. This is a 4x4 louver. Check this out. When you open one of them, they all open. Bloop. Look at that. Sweet. Okay, so we've got our doors, we've got our louvers. These are going to go in the end walls. We're going to go down and bust open the off-grid package to make sure what's all in there and make sure we've got everything that we need. So let's cruise over here to the driveway. It's in like a big, it's on a big pallet with like crating around it and stuff like that. So we'll go bust that open, see what all's in there, and hopefully, and yeah, look at that stuff. Oh, it looks so cool. It looks fun. If you were a person who liked to play with erector sets, this is like a giant adult erector set. So far, I'm thinking that we're not going to need this for the end walls, but it'll be good to get it up onto the porch and out of the weather. Looks like we got a, yeah. Oh man, deep cycle battery. Magic? Oh yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, cool. This is the wind sensor. That's probably why it said 46 wind right here. All right, so this is just the off-grid package. We don't need to open everything up because we don't need it for the end walls. I think we got it figured out what we're doing here. I think anyway, these are gonna be for the door openings, for the rough openings for the doors. You kind of build the whole end wall off of the rough opening for the main door, which is those guys we opened up right there. And they are 8 feet wide. The rough opening is supposed to be 3 inches narrower than the door. So the door is 8 feet wide. So we'll make it 7'9" for the rough opening here. That means we gotta dig some holes. We gotta get some stuff together. And then we can put it up. Be cool. All right, here is our end wall framing. We're going 7'9" across here. We found the center, measured over. So we've got our spots staked out right here. We've got our center of the post here, or the center of the door here. We've got the outside edge and the outside edge. Now we got to get a post hole digger. We're going to dig a 2-foot hole there so that we can concrete in these 2 posts for the door frame. We've got our 2 door posts here, or door pillars. We cut the header out and used it on the ground to space them perfectly, get them plumb, get them attached up here all the way down. And then we went and we got our concrete. We're gonna put the concrete in the hole. We've got muscles here. Whew, it's cold, man.
It is cold.
Sun's already going down. So let's go ahead. Oh, we just need 2.
Just 2?
Yep, one for each hole.
Cool.
Let's dump it in. We're doing the dry in the hole technique, and then we'll just add the water that it takes to solidify it. You ready?
Sure.
Do it. Don't cut too big of a hole because you're gonna have to get it in that little hole down there. Yeah, like that maybe, right? Because it's all gonna have to fit in that little hole. There you go. Yeah. I'll move the post though. That'd be bad. Huh?
Yeah.
Cool. That's a 2-foot hole down there, and we got a concrete in, man. Add some water in a minute here. Let's get the other bag in, then we'll go get the water. So we got this water right here, 3.5 quarts of water, but it's not really bottled water. It's just tap water. It's for the animals. We're gonna dump it in the holes. Dump it in there and evenly around it, okay?
Okay.
Oh. It's chilly out here now, man. Sun's down. It's starting to get dark a little bit. Let that set up, and in the morning, we'll get the rest of the posts in. We took a little trip for Thanksgiving to visit with family. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving as well. We are back out here on the homestead now, and we're fixing to finish framing in the walls.
Yeah, and it is cold. I got
It is.
hand warmers ready. I need to buy toe warmers.
Yeah, it really cooled off a lot over the last few days while we were out of town, and the ground is fairly frozen. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to dig the rest of the holes we need to dig. Probably should have done that the other day when it was warmer. But let's get busy digging. So our next post here is 4 feet over from that one. Go ahead and mark it. Beautiful. Now we'll see how hard that dirt is. I think it's pretty hard. Yeah. It's pretty frozen. You're gonna have to go find a different tool. Oh, made it to the soft stuff. It's working, we're making progress. Did you know that we used this very tool? Unscrew this, add sections of pipe to it. We used it to dig an 18-foot deep well. Hand dug. There's a video on our channel.
hard is it?
Not that hard. Want to try? All you gotta do is just push a little bit and spin.
Push a little spin. Not that hard. Yeah. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. We did it. Now we only have, how many more? 6, 8 more holes to go.
We've got our hole dug. We've got our spacer, 4-foot spacer put in. We can lower our post in. Like that. Check for plumbness. Good. And then up here, we're a little short. So we measured the top up there. We're gonna cut 18 inches off of another one to put on the top of that one. I'm actually going 17.5 inches because I measured to the tall side instead of the short side. So this should be good. All right, here's our top piece.
It's a little baby piece.
I know, huh? Let's get our hardware together, go up there, and we'll try to put it on. We're pre-cutting all of our 4-foot spacers that go across the front in between the posts. Just using our chop saw here. So fancy. We cut a bunch of our 4-foot pieces like this one right here. We're going ahead and we're putting on these brackets so that we can get our horizontal pieces in there right now. The sun is already down. It's starting to get dark and starting to get really cold. Whew, I'm just in a flannel because I've been working so hard. But if I stand around too long, man, it's gonna be freezing. On the west wall, we've got all of the end wall posts in. Over here on the east wall as well. Got all those posts in. It was a pain to dig through about 2 inches of ice before we could get down to where it was thawed, but we also got the door header in. Some of the thingamabobbers over there, those horizontal pieces. This is not the end of the video. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna be right back out here working on this thing. We wanna hopefully get the whole thing covered because it's gonna start snowing at the end of the week. It'd be awesome if we could keep the snow out of the greenhouse. Check out this cool little jig thingy right here. It's got these 2 notches cut in it. This actually came with the shipment, but I didn't know it. John, he's the Rimmel guy. He just came out to check on our progress and make sure we're doing it right. But look at that. This one fits properly. They're not all exactly proper though. Had we noticed this jig, and we would have, because they sent out like a super detailed packing list of every part that goes into this greenhouse. And had we read it like we were supposed to, we would have noticed that there was this jig in there. But we just thought it was part of the pallet. But John went out one morning and looked at our old pallets, and what'd you say?
It was sticking out.
It was sticking out right there. Yep, it was there. But thankfully, we did a good enough job that it's gonna work and it shouldn't fall down. You see this big like piece of aluminum thing here? This is actually the part that goes in between each of the 4-foot polycarbonate panels, and we're just marked it on the purlins, and we're just checking down it to make sure that there's no deviation in the greenhouse, right?
That's right, yeah.
And how's it look so far?
Perfect. Spot
Perfect.
on.
You hear that? Perfect.
Spot on.
This mark right here is supposed to be right there. We marked it in the middle. Then we check that in, we check this end, and it's really close. It's like 1/8 of an inch off down here. Is an 1/8 good?
Perfect.
So what is our tolerance roughly?
It depends on what the difference is. So we'll go with whatever the tolerance is.
Oh, okay.
Like whatever if it was a 1/2 inch off, we'd still go with that.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, there you go.
It's not too precise. You know, there's a lot of leniency in this. You know, these greenhouses go in different grades and stuff. So yeah, there's some give and take.
Okay.
1/8 of an inch is ideal. Like you can't get closer than that.
Okay. Cool.
Guess what, guys?
What?
I just saw a snowflake.
I know it's gonna snow. We have a snow storm advisory for tonight, and hopefully we'll wake up tomorrow morning and there will be like 10 feet of snow out here.
You're like a little kid right now.
Maybe there'll probably be like 1 inch, but still, you know, the first real good snow of the season, hopefully. So they got to put out a warning and all of that, you know, so you drive safe and don't kill yourself. I have to get enough battery. We've got to cut off 11.5 inches off of each one for the length. So that's what we're doing. John's marking them, I'm cutting them. John said if we were professionals, we'd be having sawhorses, a chop saw with an aluminum blade on it. But we're showing you how just regular old folks can do this without being a professional. We're gonna try the magic trick and see if they just come apart.
Oh yeah, pull the other tab.
Ready?
Yeah.
Didn't work. Okay, we'll try again. 1, 2.
Hey, nice.
It worked. On the panels, you have this logo right here, and then it says, face this side towards the sun. So this is the outside of the panel. And John went ahead and marked them all with those little X's so that when we take this off and if we have to trim it and we flip it around or something, we won't forget which side faces the outside, because this side has a more of a UV treatment than the other side. So you always want to make sure you put it on the right way. This is not the part we want. We want this part. This is the spacer stick for spacing all of those aluminum pieces. We just put that one up there. This is the same size as the panels.
1/4 inch more than the panel, so 1/8 of an inch bigger gap.
Bigger gap. Okay, so we got some play in there for the panels. Cool. Want to double check?
Love to double check. It's 1/16 of an inch shorter.
Oh, 16th off.
A saw blade.
Well, it was a fat marker. So that's it, really. It was a fat marker.
So we just test fit one of the pieces of the roofing paneling. Now we're going to take it all down because it fits perfectly.
All right, we've got to cut our poly panels down and we got to tape them. This tape right here with the little white pills on it is actually like vented tape. It goes along the bottom. So in case any moisture or something were to get in the panels, it could drain out the bottom. But it also keeps worms from crawling up inside the panel, because they will crawl like all the way up to the top and then get baked and dried inside of your poly panel. Just check it out. Let's see that? They're like straws all in there. And worms can crawl up in them. And probably other bugs. It also could be an instrument. Ooh. Now the top of the panel gets sealed with this aluminum tape so that it's watertight. No water can get down in there like from rain or something if it were to get under there. It's been snowing a little bit today. Check out the progress we've got though. We've got 4 panels up already, so we've got 6 more to go. This one right here, we actually have to rip down to 45.5 inches. take you inside here real quick so you can kind of get a feel for it. But it feels bigger with the panels on for some reason. Like, I don't know why.
It's just like when we built the house.
Yeah.
We had the foundation, but then as soon as you put the outside walls, it felt big. Then you put the interior walls and it felt small again.
Yeah. Yeah, so man, it's cool. We're gonna have a dry half today. We measured 45.5 inches over, found the rib that we're supposed to be cutting down. And so we marked it all the way down. Go and rip it. Hopefully we don't get it off.
When the sea changes blowing in, and the far cry home again. When the road winds around the bend, I'm never too far, never too far.
Right up in the corner there is the next video in our greenhouse series, or right below it is another video that you can go ahead and watch right now. We hope you guys have a really great day and keep smiling.